Y'all remember whenever I fell through the first porch when we did the remodel? Oh!
There it is.
Thank you, Jesus, that Nanny didn't lean on that when she came here last night, or that the kids haven't leaned on that. Like, it is completely, it ain't nothing but a thing. It ain't nothing but a thing. That just means now we have every reason to beautify it. Look at that. I did it in one go. We're not doing that this time. We're going to tackle this before it gets that bad. We're going to take all this down and we're going to work on a sponsored video that you guys have probably already seen by now. And if not, then you will see. I'm bringing y'all along with me for a week or so because we got little projects here and there that need to get done around the double wide. Some random things that are happening. And then I'm also going to bring y'all behind the scenes for a video that you guys have already actually seen. That was satisfying.
I'm gonna get the old crowbar out for this one.
Currently we have an apocalypse of stink bugs at the trailer again. Now they're combative. They're not nice anymore. They're not nice like the first few years we were here. They're combative and they go straight for the eyes. We had planned to redo this porch later on, so I already had an envelope going for it. I had an envelope going for it and for the front deck we're gonna do. The front deck is 10 times the size that this little porch is. So when I got the opportunity to get a cable railing system, I was like, we're definitely going to have to do it on this little back deck because the front deck envelope is not near full enough. A gnarly spider egg sac.
Look at the spider.
Oh my gosh!
It's a tarantula.
Oh my gosh, Shane.
Yeah, don't me.
His legs are huge. I'm pretty sure that this back deck was as old, if not older, than the other back deck, the one that we made into the screened-in porch, because this was even in worse condition than that deck was. This just kind of fell apart. It really took no, like, manpower or anything. It just fell apart. The wood was really dry rotted. I don't know if they used the right kind of wood for, like, ground contact or what, but it was dry rotted bad. Ooh, what is that?
Beehive.
Is that a beehive for real?
Yep.
Is it alive?
Several beehives.
Whoa.
No wonder we were having the bee issue.
Whoa.
Look at that, y'all. Beehive City.
You know, when I moved here, I come to the conclusion real quickly that the country was ready for me, but I was not ready for the country. They were ready for me. They were on the attack the minute I moved here. I've seen so many different bugs. It could be a science catalog at this point. I was not ready for it, but boy, were they ready for me. They were on the attack the minute my rear end walked through this door and into this backyard. There is every kind of bug in the book. I don't even know how to identify some of these bugs, and I wasn't ready for it. I'm still not ready for it. Nope. Yay. Look, his shoes look like that, so mine can look like this. Now, I'm not a city girl by any means. I've never been a city girl. Everywhere I've lived has been rural. There's not much a place in East Tennessee that's not rural other than, you know, like Knoxville and Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. Everywhere else is pretty much rural. Even the citiest of rural cities is still pretty rural. So I wasn't a city girl by any means. However, I've never owned my own home in the country. So like surrounded by woods, down farmland lane sort of thing. So the trailer park was pretty rural, but it wasn't as rural as this is. So I'm finding out all sorts of new animals. I'm seeing all sorts of new things, and I'm still finding new species 2 years later. Some of the porch is salvageable. So thankfully the bones of the porch, like underneath the bones, there's like the first layer of bones, the second layer of bones, and then the top part that you can see, right? That first layer of bones had to be replaced, but the actual bones, that like ground contact bones, those were salvageable. They weren't in as bad as condition as the rest of the porch was. So that means probably just where the weather was meeting this like head first, the top part of the steps and stuff, you can see that step was really wobbly. This needed a lot of help. I think it was not as weather resistant as it should have been, or it had just been there forever and it was high time to change it out.
Okay, so you'll notice that I had to put a new one of these stair pieces on, and that's because
The right one here was completely dry rotted on the bottom, and there was no attaching anything to it. That explains why our bottom step was so loose in the first place. But yeah, so now that I've got that put in, I can finally get back to putting the stairs back on.
The only part of the bones, I guess you could say, that needed switched out was this side of the staircase. The other side was fine. The drill was going in it good. It was attaching to the new wood good. It was doing great. But the side that we had to replace, Shane would try to attach the new wood to it, and it would just crumble. Totally opposite from the other side. So we had to go in and actually change out that side, and we just continued on with the pattern of the previous porch. So whoever designed that was the design we were going off of. We were just literally replacing the old wood with new wood, and not, going out and doing anything out of the box or anything, just following the design that was already the porch, just adding new wood to make it more, durable. We went ahead and did that because we were getting the cable railing system, and once that cable railing system was on there, we knew it would be sturdy because it's like the stainless steel. So I wanted to go ahead and just switch everything out. That way there was no revisiting this back deck later on. Like, it was going to be something that we could be happy with for years to come, and we wouldn't have to be like, oh snap, we need to go take off the cable railing system to finally redo this porch. It was already redone when we added in the cable railing system, so there was no revisiting it. Unless we later on want to make it larger or something, we don't have to come back here and do nothing. I'm using the semi-transparent Valspar porch stain in the color October Brown, I believe it's called, and it wasn't as transparent as I wanted it to be, and I didn't use a big deck sponge sort of thing on this because it's a smaller deck. I just hand painted it on and wiped it off as I would do stain in the house. When I do my beam stain and stuff, I always hand paint it on and then wipe it off. So I was painting it on and Shane was wiping it off to get it to the transparency that we wanted it to be at.
Even if I try to leave, you still make me wanna stay. You ask me to believe in the words that you say.
We have an audience.
If you can move on, don't you think we've had enough of the trauma you bring? Ain't you tired of thinking we can get through anything? 'Cause I can't move on if you can't be strong. But every time I hear you say my name, it always feels the same. 'Cause I've loved you for a lifetime. We can run through fire and rain, but it always feels the same. And I waited for a lifetime. Heart you're holding back again, and I can't be strong if you can't move on. Every time I hear you say my name, it always feels the same. 'Cause I loved you for a
Okay, so I just got out of the shower, and I don't know what day it is. These week-long vlogs, they messed me up. I wanted to show you guys really quickly things that I have been enjoying this fall. I don't ever do these kinds of videos, but I've really been wanting to because I have a couple things I've been wanting to share with you guys. Nothing is sponsored or anything. It's just stuff I really enjoy, and stuff that you can find either on Amazon or Walmart, or maybe at your local TJ Maxx, depending on if they have it or not. I know a lot of them carry the same thing. But the first thing I've been enjoying this fall, it's also empty. That's how much I've been enjoying it this fall, is this warm fall leaves Mainstays candle. I also have another Mainstays fall candle that I haven't done yet. Let me get it. this one. I haven't used it yet, but it smells so good. And I don't care what anybody says, Mainstays is where it is at. The only time I get another candle is if it's like something from Ross or TJ Maxx that looks different that you couldn't find just anywhere, and it's for a good price. But I love Mainstays candles. This one smells like roasted marshmallows and campfire, if that makes sense. And then this one, it says warm fall leaves, but it doesn't really smell like that. It has a pumpkin-y, apple-y smell to it. I got these at Ollie's, actually. Both of these came from the Ollie's, not Walmart. Ollie's carries Mainstay stuff sometimes, especially from like last season. So I don't know if these are available at Walmart anymore. I don't know if they switched it up this season. I'm pretty sure these are from last season as like overstock. But if you can't find these at Walmart, check your local Ollie's. These are worth the money. They're worth like $5 that they're sold for. The other two candles I've been eating up, not actually eating, but eating up, are literally from the TJ Maxx. So the TJ Maxx is where I don't go there very often. I go to Ross more than I go to TJ Maxx. But when I do go to TJ Maxx, I always look at their candles because Ross has some really good candles, but TJ Maxx has better candles. And I got this one for $10, so it's pricier. But I originally got it because of the lid and because of this color, because I love this color. That's kind of the color I went with for my door in the last video. If y'all saw that, I've been loving this color. And then I smelled it, and I was like, oh snap, that smells. This, not bad, good. This smelled up the whole trailer. My whole daggone double wide smelled like this. This is a good candle. It's pumpkin, vanilla nutmeg, and crushed cinnamon. And it's M of WG, whatever that means. Don't know. Don't even know where you can get that outside TJ Maxx. But if you're in TJ Maxx and you see that, grab it. And then also this one. I got this one because it looked very vintagey. I've been doing that for fall this year. I usually, so like I don't do Halloween decor or anything like that. But I've been going for, like this could go as Halloween. I've been going as, you okay, Cammy? This could go for Halloween, but I've been going for that 90s traditional fall feel. I have a sweatshirt of Halloween Town, and that's just something that's like nostalgic from when I was a kid, and it gave me retro vibes. And then I have another retro looking sweatshirt. And so like I said, usually I don't go for like the jack-o'-lanterns and stuff, but I've been loving the vintage fall decor, not like the purples and greens ghosts Halloween stuff, but like just the vintagey things that like this. I've been loving that. So I saw this and it grabbed my attention, and then I smelt it, and it is also down to the very bottom. There's nothing left. I've tried to light it 1,000 times to get more out of it. I can't get no more out of it, dang it. But this one's pumpkin spice soy wax blend, poured in California. West Coast Candle Co. I don't know where else you could get that. I do know that a lot of times TJ Maxx and Ross, they carry the expensive candles. They put better prices on them. It's like overstock. There's one Laguna Beach candle. I talked about it probably a year ago on the channel, and I found it there and I loved it, and I paid like $10, $12 for it, I think. And I found it online later whenever they were out of stock at TJ Maxx or Ross, wherever I got it. I found it online later and it was like $50. Pretty sure it's $50. And I was like, holy moly. So when I see something like this, I grab it, but I don't grab it in anticipation for finding more online or anything. I just grab it because I know, okay, this is a once in a season sort of find at the TJ Maxx. I'm probably not going to find another one like it, but I'm going to get this one and keep it because also next year I can scrape this out, and if I feel like being Martha Stewart and pouring my own candles, I can use this as a candle holder cup thing. So these are the candles that I've been absolutely loving this fall. I also have another one that's lit right now. It's literally lit right now. But it's this pumpkin spice latte premium wax blend, and it's LE Chandelle. Now that sounds expensive. That sounds really expensive, but I liked how simple the little thing is. And this smells like a pumpkin spice latte. This one was $6.99 at the Ross. So you can usually find better prices at the Ross compared to like these, but you find the prettier ones most of the time at the TJ Maxx. Sometimes you can find prettier ones at Ross. This one smells really good. It definitely has a coffee smell underneath the pumpkin. Now, that's what I like for candles this season. Now for not candle related, Your girl has been eating up. When I say eating up, I don't mean eating like you know, I've been loving this paired together. So this is the 24-hour moisture body lotion by EOS. It's vanilla cashmere. I wear this all year round. You will see this in the back of my videos all year round. A lot of times if I'm feeling fancy, I will get the shaving cream that goes with this. It's the same scent and it smells so good together. I have not ever been a vanilla girly until recently. When I hit my 30s, I guess that's when I became a vanilla girly, because I'm loving vanilla stuff, like vanilla-y smells, especially for the fall. But even I notice myself gravitating towards the vanilla scents in the summer. So it must be a maturing thing. I don't know. But I always use this, and it's good in itself, but it is bumped up. It's blown out the water when you add the Victoria's Secret Bare Vanilla. Shane got me a 4-pack of these Christmas, and it's like little samples of their body spray. And he got me, it's like Pure Seduction, what's that one? Love Spell, that's a really popular one. This one and another one. And this one was one I did not think I was going to reach for. It's very, very vanilla. It's like you straight up went into your cabinet and got the vanilla extract or the imitation vanilla if you're on a budget like me, and just dabbed it here and dabbed it there, and you slap Victoria's Secret on it. That's what it smells like, but it does last a long time. It probably lasts more than imitation vanilla would on your neck. But this paired with this, I have been loving it. I literally put it on and I can smell it on my clothes, on my hair the next day. I like stuff that hangs out and sticks with you. And then the last things I've been loving this fall, I have not tried this one. These are Tree Hut scrubs. And you put these on in the shower. It sounds like I'm trying to like teach you something you already know. It's because a lot of people don't know things that you know. And I found that out being a YouTuber. Like I'll be talking about something and I'll have somebody in the comments say, wait, what is that? What is that? And I just assume that everybody knows. So I try to break things down in case people don't know what I'm talking about. That way nobody's left hanging and nobody feels left out. You know what I'm saying? Tree Hut scrubs are body scrubs that you use in the shower. It's like a sugar scrub sort of thing, and the Tree Hut scrubs are really, really, really popular. Now, I like to go with the Equate scrubs. I think the Equate scrubs are just as good. That's the kind I usually go with. Sometimes I'll get fancy and get a Tree Hut scrub, but for the price, Equate scrubs usually where it's at. However, I saw these on Amazon for their fall releases, and it's got Meow and a black cat, and it's got Sweet Pumpkin. Now, I haven't tried Sweet Pumpkin because I was wanting to get through this one before the fall season was over, because this one can be used like for fall Christmas, because, you know, pumpkin-y stuff can be used for Christmas too. So I haven't used this one, but I have used this one, and I'm about 3/4 of the way. Actually, I'm almost completely done with it. It does not smell anything fall. It don't smell anything fall. Don't grab this thinking it's going to smell like fall. It doesn't smell like a black cat. It doesn't smell like Halloween. It doesn't smell like nothing like that. It smells like pure grape to me, but I like it and I love the color of it, and I just liked having the duo fall release. I like doing that. I added something onto my bucket list, is like try new things for fall, and that's when I picked this up, because I just want to try fallish things. It's a shea sugar scrub, and the notes on it are scent notes of blackberry, lilac, and musk. Now, I don't get lilac and I don't get blackberry, but I do get musk. So it smells like a musky grape to me. It sounds like it would be gross, but it smells really good. And then this one, which is Sweet Pumpkin, this one's scent notes are apricot, pumpkin, and sandalwood. You see that? I'm not getting a lick of sandalwood. I am getting some apricot and pumpkin though. So that smells really good, but it's not very strong. This one hits you in the face strong. It lingers on your legs. I have this actually paired with this on my legs right now, and it smells really good. This kind of dulls down the fruity smell of this, and it leaves it with a really comfy, cozy smell. I'm sure that the EOS vanilla body lotion will go good with this one too. But like I said, I'll probably be using this one through December. It takes me about a month and a half to get through these completely, unless my girls get into them. They usually have their own sugar scrubs, but I think they've been using. Girls, have you been using the Halloween sugar scrub too? Yeah. They've been using it too, and we still have so much left. So we still have, I'd say, another shower for me, another shower for the girls, times 3 probably, because you don't use a whole lot. There's no need to use a whole lot. It's just a little bit. It goes a long way. But that is what I've been loving this fall with all the candles. Okay. Off my soapbox. I don't know what day I'll see y'all again, but we're doing a whole week-long thing, so it'll be Sunday. I am so upset. So one of the dogs snagged the brand new couch. And listen, it's par for the course when owning dogs. I'm not mad at my dog because honestly, if anything, it's my fault. I keep my dog's nails cut, but I don't keep them cut short enough, I don't think, because one time I cut the quick by accident and I hurt one of them, and I never, oh my gosh, I'm terrified of doing that again. So I usually just go through and trim the very, very top of the nail, and then I use a filer to file it down. Well, I don't think I've been cutting them short. I know I've not been cutting them short enough, but I think I've been leaving them too long because they're snagging on stuff. And when they snagged on this seam, my heart sunk because, oh my gosh, I was like, what am I going to do? Obviously, I can't get a professional. I don't think they even have professionals to like work with like what is this, faux suede maybe? I don't know what it is. So I was like, I'm not even a good sewer. Like I started cross stitching, but your girl can't do a cross stitching print on this to fix this. So I try to just use the skills that I picked up over the last year almost of cross stitching and doing a little bit of embroidery. I've been trying a little bit of embroidery and stuff. I tried to use the skills I picked up doing that to fix it, but I didn't fix it seamlessly at all. I tried to Google it and I got on some people's threads on the internet where they're like really good at sewing and like really good at embroidery and fixing patchwork and stuff. And I don't really know what method to go with because I'm not quite sure what fabric this is. Like I guess it depends on the fabric, that the method you use to fix this depends on the fabric or something. I don't know, but I got it to where it's not frayed anymore. There's still like some fray sticking out. You'll see here in a minute where I get it to. There's still some fray sticking out, but it's not frayed and it's not an open seam now. I was able to at least close up the seam and get it a little bit just like brought together. That way it's not widening up over time and just causing it to end up being like a run in the top of this ottoman. So hopefully that'll do until I can either notch up my skills on embroidery, patchwork, things like that. B, find somebody who knows what they're doing and knows how to work with this material to fix it. Or C, just cry me a river. I don't know what I'm exactly going to do, but I did get it to a point where it's not going to, I don't think it's going to anyway. I don't think it's going to stretch and make a run throughout this entire seam because that would break my heart. I love this couch so much and I'm so sad about it. This is what it looked like before. You see how frayed it is? And I wasn't able to fix it, but I was able to at least bring it together and kind of tuck it in there so that it wouldn't have any worse issues, hopefully. Another thing we're tackling this week is we're following up with the new door. If you guys saw that video, we followed up with the Muzada video by showing you guys what all we did behind the scenes to change out all the wood on the porch. Now we're following up behind the last video, which was the door video, and we've got to put this screen door back on here. Some people were wondering if we were going to keep the screen door, and absolutely we're going to keep the screen door. This screen door, I don't know if you guys remember the video. I was so hyped up about the screen door because I always wanted a black rim screen door. I never owned one of those before. I saw them on all the houses on Pinterest and I thought they were absolutely gorgeous. So when I went to think of the paint color I was going to use on the door, this was just a random paint color I found at Lowe's. The smoked paprika, I did not plan to walk in that store and come out with that color at all. As a matter of fact, I planned to come out with Oyster Bay, which is the accent color that's throughout the main living area of my house. But I walked out with the smoked paprika, which was unplanned, unprecedented. I did not think I would ever pick that kind of color or any color in that sphere at all. But when I picked that, I thought about the black storm door, and I was like, what color is going to look really good with the black storm door? I think this is a storm door. I might be calling it something that's totally not, but I think it's a storm door. And I thought of this color when I was looking at all the color swatches at the paint counter. I saw that color and I thought, man, that would look really pretty against that black storm door. So that's actually why I fell in love with that color. And then I thought about how well it would pair with the black storm door, and I was like, all right, we're getting it. That's why we went with that color. I saw in the comments of that video a lot of you guys telling me to go with that color for the shutters to make it kind of coincide. And I might do that temporarily, but just remember, like, this outdoor area is not going to look anything like it. The exterior of my double wide is not going to look anything like this at all. We're completely changing it. So the siding's going to be gone. The shutters are going to be gone. But that is actually a really good idea because the blue clashes with that color. I think that's the navy blue of my shutters. That color clashes a lot with the color of my door. So we might actually go in and just temporarily paint them so it looks good until we can get out here to the exterior of the double wide, because that's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. I really want to make my way to the kiddos' rooms. I've been trying really hard to get there and to get everything wrapped up in the living area, because one of my boys just turned 15, and that means ideally, realistically, not ideally, because ideally he would stay with me forever. Ideally, I'll build him another house next to mine, and he can stay there forever. But realistically, 18 kids start looking to move out, and that's breaking my heart even thinking about that. So I want to get the boys and the girls' rooms done. That way they have all the time to hang out in their room and have fun in their room and love their room and just, I don't know. I want to get that done in time for them to have years to enjoy that and not get it done right before one of them starts thinking about moving out. Hopefully he don't think about moving out at 18. I'm hoping anyway. I'm hoping maybe, he'll live here a while. He goes to college or tech school. He's been looking at tech school a lot. I don't know if he's going to decide to go there. He's in like a program with his school where he's just now starting to look into career choices. So he's been looking at tech school more than college, but whatever he decides to go with, maybe he'll choose to live here, to save up money. And that way later on he could buy him a place, or what the options are endless. But I hope he chooses to stay here longer. But if he doesn't, then I want him to at least have a few years to enjoy the room. So I'm trying to make my way quickly to the kiddos' bedrooms, and this exterior part will probably come after that, depending on when the envelopes come full. That plays a huge factor in what we do and when we do it. Sometimes I have a plan to tackle an area, but the envelope isn't quite full, and then while that one isn't quite full, another one becomes full, and I can jump on that project. So I try to make my way that way, but it just depends on what comes full and when it comes full and things like that. That's a downfall of using the envelope system to save for stuff. The good thing is the pros are endless. Like it's such a good way to save for things. It's how I get stuff done all of the time, but they're constant.
Just a little bit of a crack right here, so I'm actually going to lower the sweeper down. So let's do it to it.
And one of the cons is sometimes you don't get things done in a timely manner. Sometimes you have to really learn patience. Another con is sometimes an envelope comes full before the other envelope you're working on comes full. So you have to kind of stop that creative process in its tracks and start a new one with a new envelope. It's just a lot. Something y'all don't get to hear or see very often is me and Shane making up our own B-roll music whenever we're filming. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a blessed morning, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are at. Know that I love you, but Jesus loves you so much more. I'll see y'all later.